We are live in the breakout room, and I want to say welcome. Thank you for your patience and for being on in the show. We're gonna have to do a lot of editing with the introductions because we were not able to bring them across to Zoom in time. So hats off to Zoom; they have been a savior right now. So, Kevin, I'm just gonna take this moment to allow you to introduce yourself, and then we're gonna get in some background stuff and what you've been doing lately and all the expertise that you bring to the fore, which I think is tremendous, absolutely fantastic. So,
Well, I'm glad you've done your homework, Andy. Good. My name is Kevin Stone. I'm known as the Hollywood Hypnotist. I'm a board certified hypnotherapist right here in the state of California, Los Angeles, where I treat all the major celebrities, major sports figures for all kinds of reasons and issues in their lives, just like anybody else. Anyone who calls me or wants to seek out my services, I'm willing to help them because that's my passion. Utilizing the natural organic process of hypnosis and hypnotherapy to help people to help themselves.
yeah, great. Thanks for sharing. And again, welcome to the show. There are some basic questions I'm just gonna ask. And what is the strangest thing you ever hypnotized someone for, and did it work?
Well, in my business, there's no strange
Ah,
because I hear everything and anything. But if you want to watch some interesting things, you should go to my YouTube channel. And there's some videos on there of me hypnotizing some celebrities with some strange requests of what they wanted to do. And it's fun. And, it was unique. And go watch it. It's a lot of fun. So,
okay.
but does it work? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Positively, it really depends on the person and and how they want it to work. You see, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. We go in and out of it about 1,000 times a day.
Right.
So why not utilize a natural organic process to enhance your life, to eliminate any negative belief systems to achieve your maximum potential in life?
Right, right. I hear that. Appreciate that. Okay, Kevin, how about a situation where you encounter someone, let's say, is there a possibility that anything can go wrong during the hypnotism? And if so, how do you deal with it?
These are interesting questions. No,
Definitely.
nothing could ever go wrong
Okay.
when
Okay.
someone. So let's say hypothetically. Let's say hypothetically. So everybody imagine for a second that we're doing hypnosis right now, and you're going into hypnotic trance,
Ah,
and then all of a sudden, I have a heart attack, and that's it. I'm
yeah,
done. I'm
yeah,
gone.
yeah,
So what would happen? You would come out of hypnosis like you would come out of a natural sleep state.
yeah.
If the hypnotist isn't present after you go into a hypnotic state, you would come out of it normally, naturally, automatically.
Okay. Okay, great. Um, I gotta ask these questions because people who are in the dark about what you do and how it works, they need the help,
Exactly.
so that they can make informed decision and informed choices.
I
So
love it. I love it because
before you,
that's what this is about. And this is why I do these programs,
okay,
because it's an education to allow people to get rid of the stereotype
yeah,
of what they think, what they believe about hypnosis because of what they see in the movies, on television, and comic books, that, we have this power and we have this, where we can take you instantly and do something to you.
yeah,
And so, as you can see behind me, the posters also show that. The one here to my left, which would be maybe to your right on the screen, that's the Great Jester. That's an 1800s poster. And I'm also a historian on hypnosis, so that's an original 1800s poster of a comedy stage hypnotist. Behind me is two movie posters: Spell of the Hypnotist, 1950. And no, I'm sorry, Hypnotic Eye, 1950, and Spell of the Hypnotist was about 1930s, 1940s. And again, all the movies depict what you're seeing, very dramatic. They sensationalize, they do all these things. So we end up believing, as well as I did before I went to college, to think that this has some mysterious power and the hypnotist is able to do that to you. So that's just not the case whatsoever.
Okay, great.
Because if it was,
Yeah.
think about it for a second. Other people would be doing what I'm doing and they'd be using it for evil, like
Yeah.
they depict in the movies, comic books, and television, right?
Yeah.
And so if that was the case, I wouldn't even be doing this interview. I
Yeah.
would just hypnotize, go to the bank, hypnotize all the people in the bank, put the money in my car, and I'm set for the day. So it doesn't really work that way. Or if I want to hypnotize you, Andy, because you have a nice car, and that's it. I take your car away from you because I just hypnotize you. These things are not reality. These things do not work that way.
Good. I'm so glad that you cleared that up because there's so many questions surrounding the topic of hypnotism. It's really kind of controversial, and
It is.
for
Sure.
some people it's like you know what, taboo.
That's right.
um,
Right.
good.
It's taboo. It's a
Mhm.
part of the cult,
Yeah,
occult arts, dark arts,
yeah,
all of these things that people think that it's associated with, only because the people who have utilized it for bad
yeah.
understand the power of suggestion and the natural organic process.
Okay.
See? So just like anything else in life, Andy, you can use good for bad.
Yeah, yeah,
That's just how it works.
yeah,
And so there are people who have used this suggestibility, which is hypnosis, for bad. We're talking about David Koresh, Jim Jones, maybe a little bit before your time. I'm not sure. But these individuals are just bad people. And they utilized the power of suggestion and manipulated thousands of people.
yeah, yeah. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I heard about those people, the Georgetown massacre, and I think some other
That's right.
cities and stuff.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
really sad, and it puts a stain on folks who are desirous of doing good by using the same processes. It's
Yes.
unfortunate. But,
Yeah.
Kevin, there's a lot of people that are very anxious about stuff in the world today, and I gotta ask you this. How can people who are stricken with phobias and anxiety, can they use this form of hypnotism to get the ease and relief they're looking for?
Absolutely. That's the
Yeah.
work I do all of the time. Fear, phobia,
Yeah.
addiction, weight loss, whatever you can imagine, Andy. Hypnotherapy is the application to allow the negative belief system that's in our subconscious mind to
Mhm.
be removed. Because you have to remember this, all behavior is learned behavior.
Yeah.
So guess what? You can unlearn the negative belief systems and the blocks that are not allowing you to achieve your maximum potential in life.
Right.
The issue with that is that our educational systems, it doesn't matter what country, they don't teach us the tools and the techniques to do those things when we get into the real world. And so we have to discover and find those things out on our own. And so that's why programs like this, Andy, you're promoting that, you're helping people to help themselves. You're doing the same thing I'm doing
Yeah.
in just a different way.
That's
And so
right.
that's my passion, is to help people to help themselves. Why? Because when I discovered this, and look, I get it. I was on the other side of the fence as well. I come from New England, East Coast, here in America, and I was brought up to be cynic and skeptic and hypnosis. Even when I said I was going to college for it, my family wanted to disown me. And so it's a very powerful imprint that people have, or stereotype about hypnosis. It's like what people have on stereotypes about lawyers and car salesmen. And so everyone has a stereotype about what they think a profession is. And so unfortunately, I've been doing this for over 30 years, and that stigma, that stereotype is going to continue forever. Even recent movies are continuing to promote
Yeah.
um, things that do not happen with hypnosis.
Wow. That's amazing, Kevin. And I guess it's a challenge for folks like you to really put people in a frame of mind where they would see the truth and not just all the propaganda that has been spread over such a long period of time.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's not much of a challenge for me because, again, I make it very clear, like I am on this program,
Yeah.
basically saying, hey, look, hypnosis can be for you. It's a natural, organic state of mind. We go in and out of it about 1,000 times a day. Why not refine that state, the power behind it, and utilize it in your life, right? And so either you're ready for it or you're not. And if you're not, then they're just wasting time, your time and my time. And so I'm not interested in that. So it's people who seek me out because I am that guy. I didn't even dub myself the Hollywood hypnotist, and I didn't become world famous because of the name. It's because of my work and my passion and my technique and my success rate.
Okay, great. Thanks for sharing, Kevin. I really appreciate that. So, how did this really start for you? What was the one experience, if you can recall, that, allowed you or led you or influenced you to say, you know what, this is going to be it for me. I'm going to study hypnotherapy. I'm going to go all the way. Probably I'm going to be the best or one of the best. But when did it really happen for you? What was that epiphany moment like for you?
Well, well, let me tell you the story.
Yeah.
It was not what my career path was supposed to be.
Okay.
I believe God has a path for everyone
Yeah.
and a role for everyone on this planet that we live on,
Exactly.
and He gives us gifts, and you have to discover what your role is and what your gifts are. And I was in between jobs at the time because I was originally seeking a pretty much what you're doing, Andy. I was seeking a news anchor position for television.
Okay.
So that was my degrees. And I was brought here to Los Angeles to work for the #2 radio station. And that was the entryway to get into television at the time.
Yeah.
Now, it may be different, it may be the same today, I don't know. But I worked for the #2 radio station, and my ratings were not good for whatever reason. And so in that business, when your ratings are not good, you're
Mm.
eliminated. Someone else takes your position. See,
Okay.
nowadays, social media and the things you're doing, and YouTube and all of these things, everybody's self-created now. So we used to call it the revolving door of radio and television, where when the ratings books came out, you were gone. So anyway, long story short, that's what happened. And so every time I'm in between something, I always go back to academia. I always go back because I have a passion of learning, want to understand things in the world and experience those things. So I found a college in Tarzana, California that taught hypnosis, and I was going to get college credit for it. So I said, why not? I'm in between right now. I will get another job, but I'm going to go back to school to learn something I've always had an interest in as a boy.
Okay.
And so I signed up, and I was not a believer. I was a skeptic, cynic, and I was brought up that way. And plus, my religion at the time, which was Catholic, did not allow me to even consider these type of things. And so I always thought, okay, it's not going to hurt anything. I'm going to go try it out. So I go into the program, and we go on a field trip to Cedars-Sinai Hospital, one of the most famous hospitals in the world.
Correct.
And it was about 70 us in the class, and we were going to go see a woman having a C-section under hypnosis. And she was a famous opera singer, and we were told that she was going to get hypnotized and have this baby without any drugs, no epidural, nothing, straight hypnosis. So we're standing behind a two-way mirror. She knew we were there. Everyone knew what was going on. And so I'm in the back with my buddy, and we're kind of like the class clowns because we're like, this is not going to happen. She's going to have a C-section. There's no way. She's going to be yelling and screaming for doctors. There's just no way. So anyway, he comes in, hypnotizes her, gets her into hypnosis. We're waiting. Then all of a sudden, she has the baby.
Wow.
She doesn't move. She was told that if she had any discomfort or pain to let out an opera note because she was a famous opera singer. And so she didn't do anything, just laid there still. And then here comes the baby. And so you can imagine, just like you're doing, Andy, and most of the people watching this program, I was doing the same in the back like that. I was just stunned. So that started to be the turning point for me. Now, we used to practice on Saturdays we used to have a Saturday class to practice on each other. So the first thing that now I was taking seriously was, okay, I'm gonna start making some changes in my life. The first change, Andy, for me, is I allowed the person to hypnotize me, and I was a nail biter. And so instantly I stopped biting my nails that day, and the changes started to happen from there.
Okay. Great.
And when God opens the doors, and so he did, I graduated with honors. I became a teacher at that institution. And from there, I became who I am today, which is the Hollywood hypnotist, because I opened up a private practice. The word got out, not only among people, but celebrities in the entertainment industry. And my technique was, wow, you got to go see this guy. And the rest has become history.
Ah, amazing, amazing, fantastic. Okay, great. So tell us something, Kevin. Among the people that you have helped over the years, and I'm seeing it's like thousands of people, if you could point out one or two possible instances where you have seen a tremendous amount of change and the people are like, wow, and they're full of gratitude, one that
Yeah.
really impresses you so that you feel, hey, yeah, you know what? I'm really fulfilling my purpose. Could you recall any experiences like that?
So so let me understand the question. So experiences that people have experienced their full potential.
All right. Let me put it to you this way. You have had the opportunity to deal with athletes, leaders, Fortune 500 companies. If you were to put all these experiences together in dealing with these people and they have reached out to you and said, Kevin, I've experienced X as a result of what you did, or Kevin, I've experienced Y as a result of what you did. Which one or two of those experiences would stand out in your mind the most that you'd always remember and kind of never forget because the way they responded to you and the way they appreciated what you did with regards to hypnotherapy?
Yeah, that's an excellent question, Andy. I would say it's a hard question to say because all everyone, it doesn't matter who one is,
Yeah.
right? Have had an amazing experience. And so I don't really look at it as something that I've done. I'm a guide, I'm a facilitator. I take somebody into where they need to go. And then it's really on them whether or not they want to take advantage of what is happening to them.
Okay.
So I'm going to say anyone who have sought my services, and they, like you said, it's in the thousands, hundreds of thousands over the years, worldwide, globally. I never really have looked at it that way, quite frankly. I guess I look at things from a humble position where I know my role and I facilitate that. And I just think anyone and everyone who has that experience, but I'll share a story with you.
Sure.
Maybe that'll help with the question. But I think everyone experiences something unique and powerful
Yeah.
with what I do. So thinking about that, yeah, I've never been asked that, never really looked at things that way. But my success with people is because of my passion. And again, what my God-given gifts are to help them to facilitate that. So let me tell you a story very quick to help with that question. So before the pandemic, I was doing a very big event. Now I do medical hypnosis, board certified hypnotherapist, big clinic in Beverly Hills, California, but I also do the entertainment. So I do comedy stage hypnosis shows. So I was hired to do comedy stage hypnosis shows for an event, 3,000 people. You may be familiar with the company. They have big smiles on their packages. You probably get one every day. I know I do. And so I was doing this event, comedy stage hypnosis, and there was a gentleman on the stage. And I didn't know who he really was, didn't really care, was there to perform entertainment and promote educational hypnosis. That's why I do those shows. So he gets on the stage, and at the end of the show, he says, "Can I borrow the microphone? I would like to talk to the audience. I want to share my experience with them." And I go, "Sure, fine." you know, that's fine. So he grabs the microphone and he starts talking to everybody. He goes, you know who I am. Now, this was the guy of the company, right?
Okay.
The
Okay.
big honcho, the big chief in command. So
Okay.
he says to everyone, look, you know who I am. I didn't want to go up there because, again, everyone thinks the things that of stereotypical what hypnosis is. But my wife forced me up there because she had just seen this guy on one of the TV shows. So she knew what was going to happen, but I didn't. So I
Okay.
want to share with everybody, I had the best time I ever had in my life. I feel absolutely amazing and relaxed. And all of you know that I'm a 40-year smoker, 2.5 packs a day, Camel non-filter, one of the worst cigarettes in the world you can possibly smoke, reaches into his pocket, pulls out the cigarettes, crumples them up, throws them to the stage floor, and declares, I am now a non-smoker because of this experience. And that was just a comedy stage hypnosis show. Because I do a little mini hypnotherapy session at the end where it doesn't look like a session, but it's incorporated into the show. And people change their lives within 3 minutes of that technique. And this individual, after 40 years, 2.5 packs a day, stopped smoking that day. And so those are kind of the experiences, and maybe that answers your question as some of the things that happen with my technique and the work that I do.
Wow. Amazing. So Kevin, I'm so intrigued by the results that you personally have seen in your life and what you have affected millions of people over the world with. Can you tell us what actually takes place with a person's personality during the process? So that at the end of it, there's a paradigm shift in the way that they think.
Yes.
Cigarette smoking goes away, the bad habits and stuff, the bad desires, it just goes away. What actually causes that to happen?
Themselves.
Okay.
Because what we're removing is the belief system, the block. Again, you have to imagine this, Andy. Your mind is a computer, right? And we all work on computers every day. As a matter of fact, we're on a computer right now. And so when the computer gets full, what do? We take things out and we put it into the little trash can, right? Because the computer has to do certain things, but it can't until you eliminate the trash. Yeah. So that's the work that I do is I get into the subconscious mind, which is 88% of your brain's capacity. The conscious mind, what you're using right now, and everyone using to watch this program and listen to this program, is using 12% of your brain's capacity. You may have heard numbers like 80, 90. They kind of minimize them on the media. And when you read about it, they say, oh, 80, 90. It's not. It's 88 and 12%. So really, we only use about 3% of our brain's capacity. So that's another story for another day. So we'll get to the 88, the most powerful part of the brain, the subconscious mind. That's where all programming takes place. That's where all behavior in life, for wherever you are in life, whatever age, is learned. And it's stored into the subconscious mind. So that means good behavior, bad behavior. And like I've said in the beginning of the program, all behavior is learned behavior. Yeah. So hypnosis is the tool to get into the subconscious mind, the filing cabinet, to basically take out the negative, put it into the trash can, and replace with the positive behavior. Okay,
good. I really appreciate that. Thanks for sharing, Kevin. We just have about 6 minutes.
That's it? That was quick.
Yeah, well, you know, we started late and we apologize for that and stuff. And I've got Justin Williams coming up just about 25 minutes or so from now. So I got to prepare for that. Okay. But in terms of going forward, Kevin, what are some of the things that you see happening in your industry, and what are you prepared to do to promote it to the extent that people understand how powerful and how good it can be for their own personal growth and development?
Yeah, I'm going to continue to do the work that I've done for over 30 years, and that's continue to promote education, awareness, and enlightenment to understand, again, It isn't what TV, movies, and it isn't that at all. And if you just experience it, you can allow it to happen to you. And again, I keep emphasizing, everyone is experiencing it all day long. It's called environmental hypnosis. Common forms: driving your car down on the highway, freeway, you miss your exit, 3 exits back somewhere, reading a good book, watching a good movie, sitting in a classroom, zoning out. All of these things are hypnosis. So why not use those applications to empower your life, to understand and refine this natural organic tool to help you in your life? And so I'm going to continue to do the work that I've been doing, and I'm well known for it. And so that's my passion. That's what I'm going to continue to do. I also have seen the trends over the years where it's become more accepted as a commercial source for people, not only in the medical field, but more and more doctors are suggesting and talking about it and actually learning it to facilitate that with their own patients. And so it's becoming more and more mainstream over the years. And so that's automatically happening on its own because people are seeing the powerful benefits associated with it.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Kevin. What about mentors? People who you have looked up to over the years, leaders in the field. Is there anyone that has impacted in your life?
Oh, absolutely. In my field, it's a gentleman called Ormond McGill. He's no longer with us.
Okay.
And there's so many individuals that I have been mentored and coached and encouraged by, who are just phenomenal. And unfortunately, most of them, if not all of them, are no longer with us. That's how long I've been in the business. And so I imagine I'll become that guy soon enough as well. But Orrin McGill is the man who also did the same work that I'm doing, which is he was in the entertainment field, known all over the world, and he was also in the medical field with the applications of hypnosis. And so he was a fascinating, wonderful man. And so you can look him up too. He's got many books out there on hypnosis and the applications.
Okay, great. What about you taking someone or a group of people under your wings? I know that what you're doing is stuff that a lot of people would look up to. Have you found persons who you are currently mentoring now and they look up to you and they'd like to follow in your footsteps or emulate some of the stuff that you've been doing in hypnotherapy?
Yeah, I'm always uncomfortable with anyone looking up to me because I'm just another individual doing the powerful work that I do through God. And so that's just how I see my outlook of the world. But yes, I take on people. I get calls. As a matter of fact, I just before this interview, I was on a phone call with an individual who was inquiring about me becoming their mentor and how to go about it and do that. So yeah, it's something that I do. I don't take on everyone because everyone thinks they can, and not everyone is capable. And so I give them the cold hard truth of what that is. Not to be mean about it, but I try to guide people as best as I can, especially if you want to get into this field and say, look, this probably isn't for you, because you have to have a heart for it. You have to have a passion, and this isn't about you. It's about helping others to help themselves.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have that in your heart and you're looking at this because of the fame and the money or whatever it is, a worldly thinking, I'm not interested in taking you on and mentoring you and helping you. Somebody else will do that. And then you probably won't succeed anyway, because that's just not how it works.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Kevin. If you had a megaphone and you could speak to almost 8 billion people. I think that's roughly the world population right now.
We're not doing that now? We're not doing that?
I'm not sure how many people are going to be actually listening or tuned in. It varies, yeah, but I hear you. But if you had any parting words, the last thing that you want to say before we wrap up, what would you be saying to people with regards to how good what you do has been and will continue to be in the world today?
Look, change your thinking, change your mind. change your belief system. Look in the mirror, see what things in life is blocking you from achieving your maximum potential. You see, the first step to any therapy or any recovery is to admit and to really see, look, we're all imperfect people. And so, but we're all created equal. And so you have to look in the mirror and really say to yourself, these are the things that are not allowing me to achieve my maximal potential in life, to live life to its fullest extent. So I need to seek out individuals who are going to help me get to where I want to go and to remove. Just like any major sports team, they all have coaches, right? Coaching them, even the most incredible players in the world that they call the GOATs, right? Tom Brady, he has coaches, he has individuals who help continue to guide him to be successful in his career choice every single day. And so we need to do that as well in our personal lives, to seek out the people who are going to continue to help us to rise to the top of success of where you want to be in life.
That's amazing. That's awesomely amazing. So we have come to the end of this fantastic show, folks. And we want to thank Kevin Stone for being on. He's known as the Hollywood Hypnotist, and probably has rightfully earned that title as well. So we've been listening to his intriguing story and the good stuff.
So Andy, Andy,
I'm
going to do it. I'm going to do something very special that I don't do. I'm going to do it for your show. I'm going to do a giveaway.
Okay.
Because I do total power programming systems that people can listen to if they can't afford to come and see me, or if they can't get a session with me. I also have programming systems. So I'm going to give away. So from today, because we're streaming live, so from today for 1 week. So when you see this on I assume this is going to go up on YouTube and all of your social media, and we're streaming live on Facebook. From today for 1 week, if you email me at my website, hypnotist.com, hypnotist.com, email me, tell me what show that you are watching and listening to in the comment section, and then in the comments in the line section, tell us what show it is. Then in the comments section, tell us whether you liked it, you didn't like it, what you got from it, and I'm going to send you $175 power programming system, total power programming system on how to do hypnosis because of this show and because of Andy and the experience that we've had here today. So for 1 week, that offer will be good. So if you email me, you must let us know the show. Let us know what you thought about the show. Even if you didn't like it, let us know. We don't care. We're going to send you the MP3 total power programming system on how to do hypnosis.
Okay.
How's that, Andy?
Sounds fantastic. That's amazing. It's a first time. So you have made history, and I believe you will continue to do so as you go forward. We hope that you continue to have much success going forward, Kevin Stone.
God willing, my friend. Absolutely.
That's right. All in the hands of the Creator.
God is in control.
Amen to that. So we have come to the end of the show, and we really thank and appreciate the patience and the commitment of Kevin Stone at this time to share with us his wonderful story and amazing information in regards to how we can use hypnotherapy to recover and to overcome some of the challenges, habits that have been plaguing us for a long, long time. So remember the 3 watchwords, people. We promote health, happiness, and prosperity. And we thank Kevin for coming on and allowing us to do that even more in detail. You heard his offer, 1 week from today. You see the show, you like it, you don't like it, doesn't matter. Tell us the show that you were on, let the information go to his email and state what your position is. He's going to send you that $175 potently solid information about hypnotism, hypnotherapy, free of charge. So that's a deal. Fantastic. We thank you so much. Until the next time, this is Andy of Andy's Personal Development, along with my guest, Kevin Stone, saying so long, Godspeed, Shalom, Namaste.
Amen, my brother.
Okay, great. So we are still live on Facebook, but I'm gonna cut them out shortly. And I just want to say thank you, Kevin Stone, for your tremendous commitment to making this episode possible. We really appreciate it. And all the information that you have shared with us. Amazing stuff. Amazing.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Andy. We'll do it again where
Yes.
things and technical issues will be not a non-issue and we'll have more time.
Yeah.
I
Looking forward to
appreciate you. May God bless you.
you too, my friend.
All right, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.